Hello everybody, this is your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and the most toxic black man on the internet, and I am black up in your face again with some more pro-black commentary. So now you understand why I call myself the most dangerous and the most toxic, and it's because I am often the target of censorship and weirdos and haters, and that's what's happened to my channel and my last video that I uploaded. So if you don't remember or you missed it, I uploaded a video where I talked about some of these divestors and swirlers and black males who just love Becky so much. And I was told by YouTube that that video was somehow going to cause violence to happen to those people or bring harm to them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So they took the video down, said it was hate speech, and I've been put on punishment for, the last week or so. So that's why you haven't seen me here on YouTube. And I just been I decided, since YouTube likes to play their games anyway with censorship, they pick and choose what causes harm to people. And I think probably what happened was there are probably some divestors or maybe even some white male Brads or Chads who got upset with my last video. So they went and told YouTube, they went to Tattletale, and that's why the video probably got taken down, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. That's pretty typical from what I've gone through. But once again, that's why I started saying I'm the most dangerous and most toxic black man on the internet, because I've been a target of this type of censorship for really hardcore since 2018. Okay, I'll say that. So, I don't it doesn't bother me as much as it used to. Now it's just kind of like it's part of the game. I understand it, and YouTube I understand that YouTube they don't have really any type of consistency when it comes to targeting certain content creators. They just go from whatever they feel at that moment. That's what they'll do. Because there's nothing that I said that's any different than what other folks say on social media, but they'll come and target me just because, right? So it's just whatever way the wind blows, that's what they decide to do. And I understand that. But that does not mean I'm going to be silent either. And if you've missed that video, you can go watch it now on my Patreon. Okay, so the Black Up in Your Patreon usually has a lot of the videos that got banned or taken off of YouTube or other parts of social media. I'll put them on there for you folks to watch. And there's also other exclusive content on there that I make just for the Patreon. In fact, I will be uploading a new video where I talk about the whole situation with the content creator Little James and his mother twerking on some guy at like their little party or prom or whatever that they had very recently. So that video will be up on the Patreon, as well as my exclusive cartoons that I make about, different things that go on in social media. There's a brand new cartoon up there now of Ebony K. Williams, or a parody of Ebony K. Williams, I should say. That's on there right now that you can go watch and laugh at. All right. So, like I said, I've been away just kind of relaxing with the family. I decided to go ahead and just take that break since YouTube made me take a break and put me on punishment. I figure why not take time to take a break, right? So I did that. And, there's a lot of little things that I've been noticing, and there's a lot of content and a lot of situations that I still want to talk about on this channel to close the year out. And I will be talking about them. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. This is a subject I want to talk about that I saw while I was taking my little sabbatical. And it is just a post that I saw on Instagram that I thought was very interesting. And it was on a board that, concentrates on black women. And it says this. You ain't reading this by mistake. Don't fill out that ninja's job application for him. And it has like the little emoji of the person like shaking their head or doing like a face palm and kind of giving the side eye and whatnot, right? And I looked at this, and then I decided to go look, just look through the comment section to see what this was about, because I didn't understand it at first. And there were a lot of women like agreeing with this and like talking about situations where I guess they filled out their boyfriend's job application and just situations went wrong where it wound up hurting them some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? And when I saw this, every time I see certain things like this, I'm always surprised by it because this is something that is just so foreign to me and something that I've never heard of or seen. So when I see nonsense like this, when I see like little situations where black women, apparently this is like a regular occurrence where they're messing with these Rudy Poot knucklehead dudes, and they get into these situations where the man doesn't know how to take care of himself, or he's just not a man to begin with. So the black women try to take up for him or try to compensate for him or help him out in some way, and things just go completely at a disaster. I don't understand that. All right, that's very foreign to me. I've never in my life have I ever had any type of woman help me with a job application. Maybe I think maybe like my mother helped me with a job application when I was 13 when I got my first job, right? And I was working with her and she was making sure I had all the right information about the location of where we were going to be at, right? But other than that, I don't understand I don't see when else would you need help with a job application, right? Or a resume or whatever. And why are you a different person filling out someone else's job application? Does he not have a job? Does he not want a job? Is he ignorant as to how to enter the workforce? I mean, most job applications are pretty standard. They're one page. They make them very easy. And I can understand some job applications are very annoying. Like for years, like I always used to complain, and I've seen other people make these types of complaints too with the way they do online job applications where, you submit your resume and it has all your work history on there, but then they still make you fill out your work history like in the application like that. That's annoying. I I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, most applications are pretty easy to do. I don't get like where's the difficulty coming in? Do you not know how to spell your name? Do you not know how to read, write? Can you not fill out basic information about yourself? You don't know your birthday, you don't know your work history, you don't know your social security number. What do you not know that you can't fill out your job application, right? So when I see stuff like this, I like to call it Rudy Poot regret, and that's when you have these women who have these regrets about dating these losers, basically, and like dating these males who just don't know how to take care of themselves. Because as a man, once again, as a teenager, I knew how to fill out a job application. By the time I was 13, I knew how to fill one out, and I had two jobs as a teenager. So by then, I knew what I was doing, and then getting into adulthood, you take, I don't know if they still do this anymore during classes. Sometimes they have classes in colleges, even if you go to like a community college or a tech school. They'll teach you how to, what you should put on your resume and stuff like that, and what you should highlight when you're applying for a job. So like they teach you how to do that stuff and how to set stuff up like that. Even if you don't have that, now in the digital age, there are computer programs that will basically have a template already set up for you to where all you gotta do is fill in your information for the job application or the resume. You know what I'm saying? Like the programs like Pages or Microsoft Word or any type of word processing program. Usually they have templates for filling out, making your own resume and stuff. And if you can't, they don't have it, download one offline. It's real easy nowadays to put together that type of information for yourself if you need to find a job out there. But apparently these knuckleheads out here that are doing it, or letting their girlfriends do it for them, which is kind of pathetic in a way. I mean, if you're a man and you don't know the bare minimum or the basics of how to take care of yourself, then you're just SOL. And why as a woman are you with this person? Just because he has a long penis? That's the only thing I can think of, right? Or he makes you feel good about yourself and that's the thing too. A lot of these women, they date these guys that, it makes them feel good themselves because this guy is such a loser. So, their situation doesn't look so bad when they're with this loser. The fact that they might be a single mother, or they got this little apartment and they got themselves a full-time job, and that's why they always brag about having a degree and a full-time job, as if an adult is not supposed to have that. But they'll brag about that and then date these losers who have none of that. So I guess that's what makes them feel better about themselves. I don't know, because that's when they wind up bumping heads with guys who have regular jobs and stuff like that. They can't control that type of male, but it's easier to control a Rudy Poop or a Pookie who doesn't know how to fill out a job application, right? Or someone who doesn't have a residence. He has the nicest rims on his car. He has the new Nikes and the best chains and swag and all this other good stuff. His hair is always done somehow. That's why I never understand how these Negroes walk around with their hair done better than some of these women and don't have a job or don't know how to fill out a job application. But that's another story in and of itself. I could do a whole 20-minute video about that. But these Negroes will have all this stuff, have their nails done, have their skin looking nice and everything, but not know how to fill out a job application and living on people's couches or still living with their mama or whatever. Their mama takes care of them. Their mom probably fills out their job applications if they even get any, right? Or they think that they're, a big baller because they're out there peddling some marijuana or some dope somewhere, right? So it's ridiculous. And like the fact that I saw so many black women on the comments of this video agreeing with it, saying that we're not going to fill out these job applications anymore. It's like, why were you doing that in the first place? Like, and one girl, like I put up a post or my own comment just basically saying that I didn't realize this was a thing. And the woman said, well, you guys out there need these women to fill out your job applications for you. I was like, no, I know nothing about that. I'm a nerd. I've always have been. Okay. I've always been able to take care of myself in that regard. If nothing else, I could always, fill out some paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't know all of what to put, you can fake it a little bit. I know enough to fake it, right? But apparently these people don't even know how to do stuff like that, right? And it's, like I said, it's pathetic. And it's ridiculous, actually. And the fact that there are so many females out there that will do this for these guys, and these guys are just losers. I don't understand that. Now, I can understand if someone needs like a little help with something. Like maybe if he asks you a question like, what do I put here or whatever, or what should I put here? Like I can understand like taking someone's suggestions. Like that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you filling out someone else's paperwork and their job applications for them. That shouldn't be happening. Okay. Someone giving you advice on how to do something is different than someone doing it for you. And once again, it's ridiculous that there are grown men out here who don't know how to do this, and that there are women actually, basically taking care of these guys by doing it for them. That's ridiculous. Anyway, I mean, you folks let me know how you feel about this subject in the comment section. I very much like to hear your opinions on this. And once again, if you're not following me on either like my Twitter or my Facebook, or you're a follower on Patreon, go ahead. I'll put the links in the description box so you folks can follow me there. That way, when YouTube takes down my videos or whatever, or puts me on punishment or suspension, you'll know where I'm at. Anyway, this is Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on the devil's back.